None of them are the same shade.
Then she shows her uncle, and I'm like, what? That when we try to break people up by color groupings, by crayon color groupings, what happens is that you're going to start splitting up kids in the same family into different sections, and that doesn't make any. Hi, I'm Danielle Romero. Thank you so much for being with me here on my channel, where we talk about American identity and family stories. And I haven't seen you guys in like 2 weeks. I took a little break. I went to see the eclipse. I drove from Nashville to Missouri, which was 3.5 hours that way. It was incredible. It was my first eclipse, but then the drive home was like almost 8 hours. I wasn't prepared for the eclipse traffic. And I feel like I have to say this because every time I make a video and I spent any time in the sun, I always get comments that I'm blackfishing. So just as to get it out of the way, I was in the sun yesterday for a couple of hours, in case anyone is concerned. So that being said, I was on X. I don't do TikTok. I don't know how I made an account, but I do not know how to get back in, which is probably for the best. But I saw this post I wanted to share with you guys. Actually, there were two. It was this lady from Louisiana, I think from New Orleans, but definitely from Louisiana. And she was responding to someone else. And her handle's actually like something Creole baby. And someone's comment to her was, if both of your parents aren't black, you not black. Okay. I want to share what this woman says with you because this is something I have been learning over the past year, but I want to save that. I'll get to that. I want to just share with you what is going on because this is going viral. I think this video has almost 8 million views right now, which is crazy. So let's hop over there. So if you're not following me on X, I'm down here. I'm finding Lola. I'm trying to use it more. So come over there. So here she is, and let's listen to what she has to say. It's 1 minute long, and we'll talk about it after.
Let's do some education, okay? If both your parents aren't black, you're not black. Did I say my parents weren't black? Okay. No. So where'd you get that from? TikTok, this is for educational purposes only. Let me school you on something about Louisiana folks. So first off, my parents was born in the 50s. And because you had the 1% rule, I know. They, on their birth certificates, says colored. What does colored mean? A plethora of colors. But colored also back in the day meant black. So if both my parents have colored on their birth certificates, don't they mean they colored, they black? According to the government. So try again with your comment. Thank you.
All right, and she had one other one that was really funny that I want to jump to before we chat. So she has one where she shares pictures of her parents, but what was really interesting is you see her dad and you're like, okay. Then she shows her uncle, and I'm like, what? So I want to show you this. She says, this is my Louisiana Creole black family. Argue with your mama, not me. All right. So here it is.
Let me show you this. This is me and my dad. Creole. Now this is my dad's brother. Creole. Same parents. My mama and my papa. And this is my mama and papa with all my aunts and uncles. None of them are the same shade. This is me and my cousins when we were little. And none of us are the same shade. My mama and papa and me and my first cousins and my brother down at the bottom right. None of us are the same shade or have the same hair. I'm not finna argue with these people. Let me show you this.
So I'm gonna hop over to full screen in a second. I honestly, I feel like I could get a little emotional. I think there's so much here. One, this woman should not have to defend herself in any way. And I think that there are a lot of ethnic groups in the United States that shine a light on how ridiculous the black and white divide is. And we've talked a lot about that, but really Creole, I feel like Creole Creole makes it look ridiculous. It makes it look absolutely ridiculous because you have family members, and I have it on my family as well on the census. Some family members were like, the dad's marked as black and the kids are marked as white and mulatto. I'm like, I'm sorry, the siblings are different. And this has something to do with being multi-generational mixed as well. And I'm going to bring my friend Victoria on to talk about this. She has written a plethora of books on this, and I can't wait to talk about it. But multi-generational mixed, that means that you got a whole bag of marbles of all different colors, and every time a child is born, it's like, psh, and you pull it out, and the marbles are all going to be different, and there's so many colors in there to choose from. And I see this evident in my own children. I can't remember what it's called. I know they're sometimes called throwback genes. Is it called atavism? I don't remember. Let me know in the comments. But I have 3 kids, and all 3 kids are different colors, all the same. Both parents are the same. My husband also has mixed heritage. His mom is English, and his dad has indigenous Mexican and Puerto Rican and Spanish. And so the kids came out looking pretty different. So different that with one of my children who is a lot fairer than me, I have been asked if I was her nanny. I was asked if I was her nanny, which, first of all, why are you asking that? Second of all, I was flattered because I felt like an old haggard mom that day. But we can't just make this snap judgment on someone's entire ancestry story based on how one person looks in front of you. Case in point, this woman's father was a lot fairer than his brother. It's like, well, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm just really enjoying this conversation. I love that she's bringing this to light because this is something that America needs. This is something that the world needs to hear and see. That when we try to break people up by color groupings, by crayon color groupings, what happens is that you're going to start splitting up kids in the same family into different sections, and that doesn't make any sense. And I think this is absolutely beautiful. I'm so proud to be learning about my Creole heritage. And honestly, it has brought so much healing for me because I think a lot of times, either if you're disconnected from your ancestry or whatever, if you were adopted or you don't know your parents or any number of things that could happen, maybe you just don't know it. Like I just didn't know. Sometimes you're wondering, well, how do I fit in? What if I don't have the right hair texture? What if I don't have the right nose shape? What if blah, 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 all those things. And when you're looking, especially at groups like the Creole community in Louisiana, it's like everyone fits in. Whatever you are, if you're Creole, you fit in. And I just think that's the most beautiful, incredible gift. And I love how it shines a light on the ridiculousness of the breaking things up by race. I actually want to talk about something else that's been going on in the news. There's an NBA player. His name's like Isaiah. I'm going to have to look it up. He's got a German last name. But basically, a lot of people just thought he was like a white German guy. And it turns out his father identifies as African American, and he grew up seeing himself as black. And when you look at this guy, if you're looking at him and saying, okay, well, what Crayola color is he? Most people are going to say, well, he's the white crayon. But that was not his cultural experience. That was not his upbringing. So I'm excited. We're going to talk about that in another video. So let me know if you've heard about him. Super interesting. But I love this woman. I'm on TikTok, so I can't connect with her. But if you know her, or if you know her family, I'm going to get in contact with her. I think this is incredible. I think it's beautiful to reconnect to your roots, and I think that this woman should be able to say she is whoever she is, however she was raised, or however she has reconnected, or whatever that looks like for her. Awesome. Like, that's great. But the idea that she has to get on here and defend herself and show pictures of her family is frustrating, but I also completely understand it, because when people are constantly questioning how you see yourself or who you know yourself to be, and having to like pull out the facts, like, well, check out this picture. It's like, I have been there. I completely understand that. And I don't know. So let me know if you have experienced that and what you think about this woman. Like, great. I want to see if I can maybe bring her on. I'd love to talk with her some more. And it's so good to be back with you all. I took a little bit of a break. I am working on a couple of new projects, and I just want to take some time to decompress and think about it and and just get my head straight. But it's so good to be back. I've missed hanging out with you. Let me know what you think about this. If you've seen this on TikTok, we'll talk soon.